Dublin four-piece Inhaler have released their debut album It Won't Always Be Like This, and it is exceptional. They bring a fresh new sound to the industry that is unique and stands out from the crowd. The debut album drips with class with every element and song. It's experimental but also has familiar sounds which bring a real comfort to the listener. It isn't safe, and that's what I love. The band obviously wants to create something different and special. It is uniquely brilliant. The band make you smile with how good they consistently are. Watch out for these guys because they'll be headlining the big festivals in years to come, such as Reading or Glastonbury. Forget that the lead singer Eli Hewson is Bono's son. He ditches this label with a sound more refined and exciting than U2. This is way better than any of the work that U2 have done, and that says a hell of a lot. It has exceptionally worked all the way through. The band released some singles before the release, and they are great on the album, but the other songs also match that quality. The beauty comes within the variety. Nothing sounds the same. There are so many different sounds on this album that haven't been explored before. It's truly groundbreaking and a game changer. Inhaler were destined for success after being played a lot on Radio 1 in 2019 by Jack Saunders. And 2 years after their debut song comes one of the best albums I have seen. You can truly enjoy the experience of listening to this album. It is one to just repeat and soak in. You hear different things the next time round you listen to it, and it makes its way into your heart. It is really something to behold. I don't have enough superlatives to describe this album. It is practically flawless. Everyone should listen to this band because they are perfect for every generation. All of these songs will be immense live. Part of me does wish that some of their other songs, such as Falling In or I Want You, were included on this album, but the quality on display definitely makes up for it. Every song is like a piece of the puzzle which fits perfectly into the album to create a once-in-a-lifetime masterpiece. Waiting for this album was worth it because it didn't disappoint. These special albums don't come around often, so treasure and remember this one. The boys are unique, mature and charming throughout with their lyricism and musical talent. Overall, there is nothing to complain about on this album. It is just perfect. Every time you hear each song, you love it even more. I have got to the point where I can't choose a favourite song, but My Honest Face will always have a special place in my heart after it was the first one I heard as Next Wave with Jack Saunders. The album comes full circle. It's genius because it ends the way it started, with a euphoric stadium festival tune. They can fall into the trap of being too samey or repetitive, some may argue. But I don't think this is the case, because each song is definitely different. I wish they kind of had maybe one more slower song, because Eli's voice on its own is very beautiful. The inclusion of Strange Time to Be Alive feels like maybe it should come earlier as like an interlude, or not be there at all, because I feel like maybe it isn't fleshed out enough. But maybe this is what Eli wanted and the band wanted. Although I do love how this band combines elements of some of the best bands to exist, and they put their own sound on the album. Lead vocalist Eli Hewson is one of the best frontmen around. His vocals are so beautiful and pure. On songs such as A Night on the Floor, they create a love song that could pass for a Stereophonics tune because of its classic 90s guitar riffs. But it also has that renewed modern quality. It is a breath of fresh air and stands out from other indie rock bands. With Who's Your Money On, you marvel over the fact that it is the same song when it transitions into the slower and more poetic Glass House. In My Sleep is a brilliant end to this album and has this almost haunting and atmospheric sound that really works so well to counteract with the rest of the album. It's a lovely end after some slower songs. It Won't Always Be Like This is a song of optimism, and it's so relevant to the world today. They send a positive message that could really apply to anything in life and any time period. They are telling the listeners that things will get better. The album covers so many different themes, which is genius. The lyrics depict love, heartbreak, positivity, and the state of the world. When It Breaks has some of the best lyricism I have heard, with lines such as statues down in every town, and like Paris in 45, the whole world is waiting to come alive, which are so relevant to modern society. The band achieved so much through their brilliant storytelling on this album. Each and every one of the band members should be very proud of what they have created. This is a very special album that hasn't got much wrong with it. I love Inhaler, they are one of the best bands around, and this album just proves to me why. They will hopefully have global success and a #1 album, which they definitely deserve. Overall, I have to give it a 10 out of 10.